Oh my goodness, doubles. Oh my goodness! I didn't have the right weapons, man. Oh well. Ah, well. Are we live, doubles?
Yes, we are.
We are live, huh? We're live? You show? You show? Oh, you show, doubles? Can you hear me? Can I get a mic check on all the socials?
We're all set.
We're all set. Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's Coach Nick Money in the house, ladies and gentlemen. It's another episode of Power Play. I'm here with my compatriot, the one, the only DBLX in the house, a.k.a. the Rainmaker. The Rainmaker. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So here's the story. This is Power Play. This is a show that is designed specifically for pre-power hour, right? So the power portion of it is we review stocks that have been market movers during the day to get an idea of which one of these stocks has the juice in it to keep running during power hour. And the play portion of it is where we play some Fortnites and get some dubs for the community. Why do we do that? Because it's still an hour and a half before power hour, so there's low volume. So we gotta, put some of these stocks on high heat and let them simmer a little bit. Let them cook. They're a little raw. You know what I mean? They gotta cook. They gotta marinate. You gotta put a little sauce in there, a little wasabi. Wasabi. You gotta spice it up a little. Right? Let them cook a little bit, get ready to rock and roll, right? So that's what we're doing, So anyway, that's the premise of Power Play, and that's what the show's about. Let's get a share party. Let's get the first 100 folks in here, and then we'll start getting some dubs, and we'll start reviewing some stocks for the power hour. If you have questions, put them in the chat. Go ahead. Make sure you're also subscribed to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And of course, we're also on X.com, aka Twitter, where we put out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, content about financial news. And of course, Monday through Friday, pre-market, regular hours, and after hours, everything and anything having to do with microcap and small cap parabolic stocks, baby. Whether it be technical analysis, news, press releases, filings, etc. It's all on X.com at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. Make sure you're also following on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. We also live stream on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. And we're on TikTok at DBLNicks. At DBLNICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. And we're sharing with you right now one of our custom scanners from our Discord community. It is the Market Movers Top Gainer scanner. You could see that our scanner is different than most Fugazi scanners. It's a real legit scanner that works pre-market, regular hours, and after hours. It provides you with float and volume, not just volume, so you know how many available shares there are, because at the end of the day, trading stocks doubles is basically supply and demand. So if they're only telling you what the demand is, the volume, you don't know what the supply is, right? But if you know what the supply is and you know what the demand is, you got a much more clear picture. So we make sure that we have that. We have hyperlinks right on the scanner that allow you to get further information about the stock. What's the press release? What's the news? What's the catalyst? Is there any filings? Are there any shelf registrations? Things of that nature, all accessible to you, plus search features for news on other stocks that you might be interested in, and also breakout scanners, and one thing that many folks love is the early watch list for the next day, which oftentimes has several stocks that are parabolic runners. Like, for example, yesterday we gave at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we gave our community EKSO, which is today's leading gainer. It is up currently 108%. It was up even more than that, and it was notified as an early watch list yesterday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time during after hours. So there you go. That's the story. The link's in the description for a 4-day trial, so you can check it out for yourself. $9.99. Go ahead and check out everything for yourself. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. Check it out and see it with your own eyes. Okay, so that's the story with that, doubles. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a share party going on. we currently have EKSO as the leading gainer at 108%, AEHL at 73%, and BUUU out of nowhere started running like crazy. It's up 72%. AFJK, a multi-day runner, is up 63%. Men's is up 41%. ULY up 40%. And ONTF is up 36%. We're going to go and check these stocks out. But first, we're going to jump into a game and try to get a win for the community. And let's get a share party. Let's get over 100 folks. Once we got over 100 folks, I'll start chatting it up so that we can check out some of these stocks with a bunch of people in here and get more questions and things of that nature. Let's get it going. Let's share it up, share it up, share it up. On the screen, you are looking at, let me go and pull it up while we're loading, EKSO, which is the leading gainer, and it is still on a uptrend. It is forming a bit of a head and shoulders pattern, but it is still bullish with the 90 MA stacked above the VWAP. RSI, though, is in a neutral position, showing indifference between buyers and sellers, and obviously volume is dipping down, which makes sense because we still have about an hour and 23 minutes before power hour. Power hour is when the next wave of volume generally hits the market, right? So you have a lot of volume just before the open at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time going into the open. That's when everybody is coming in to trade, and then after a while, after an hour, 2, 3, the market starts to subside. People go out to lunch, people stop trading, they're done for the day, etc., etc., etc. So we're in that lull period right now, just before the next wave of people come in and start trading. That's called power hour. So if you're new to trading, this is the ebb and flow, right? And volume is definitely one of the major components to trading, especially if you are into momentum parabolic breakouts, which is why I do small cap stocks, because they have the most probability of having parabolic moves. The large caps, which are bigger companies, don't have these violent bursts of 100% runs. You very rarely, if ever, see anything like that, right? Because first of all, they generally have a much larger float, and you know they're less reactive, right? So with these stocks, you know, they generally have smaller floats, and if they put out news, they can quickly make the price move up. But of course, the key is not getting trapped in being a bag holder, right? Doubles, that's the story. That's what I'm talking about. Now we're going to go and get a dub for the Indelible Tribe. That is you guys, and we're going to keep an eye on EKSO and all these other tickers like AEHL, which is currently up 70%. And in a little bit, we'll get into diagnosing and dissecting the charts for these stocks. What do you think, Doubles? Yes, sir. Doubles, we got a couple of low float stocks that are the leading gainers right now. EKSO with 3 million float, very low. AEHL, very choppy stock. It is a low float stock, but it moves like it's heavily traded on both sides, and it actually moves as if it has more shares than it actually does. BUUU came out of the blue, moved on very low volume. It too is a low floater. DAIC moved pretty strong earlier in the morning, and it's currently up 56% with 109 million float volume. So a lot of rotation on those top gainers, except for BUU, right? BUU had moved on very low volume. All right, Doubles, I gotta concentrate. I can't let somebody eliminate me like that fella did in the last game. Yeah, I gotta get some better weapons, bro. I don't understand why I'm getting such trash all the time, Doubles. Somebody coming in. Come on, fella. Come on, fella. Right, Doubles. Man, I don't like these weapons at all, bro. And I also didn't have any shield last game, I don't think. I'm pretty sure I didn't have any shield. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get that shit party. Let's get the first 100. Ah, we got some shield this time around, doubles. All right. Where are we? Look at all these weapons are crappy. Doubles, look at my weapons, bro. No bueno. How about I get something other than great, man? Same thing happened last time. I mean, I don't want to complain or nothing, but I'm gonna complain, yo. Come on now. Ah, we got an enemy somewhere over here. Bruh. Bada bingo. Ooh. Doubles. Wow. Poor fella. You know I get upset when that happens to that poor fella. You know that, right? No, I don't. No, I don't, doubles. No, I don't. You know I don't. You know I don't. I don't, doubles. You know that. It don't matter. It don't matter to me none. I tell ya. Somebody's here, bruh. We don't want that. This guy's up top. I think I'm gonna go up top. Doubles, I think I'm gonna go up top, bruh. Go and partake in eliminating them. There he goes. Ooh! Poor fella! Poor fella! Laseration, bro. Laser danger. Laser danger, bro. What do you think, doubles? Laser danger? Ooh! Poor fella! Poor fella! What do you think, doubles? What do you think? Huh? No? Nah. Nah. Whatever you say, whatever you do. Da 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 da. Oh my. Double trouble, buddy. That fella tried to eliminate me, doubles. That was not nice of him. Doubles. Wee. You know, we still got zone doubles. Yes, sir. Oh my. I feel like I should take this with me. You know what? I'm going to carry this. Why not? All right. Hi-ho, hi-ho, it's off to work we go. Ooh, a launch pad, doubles, yummy, fella, yummy. Ooh, I feel like I should carry that, right, bro? You know what? I'm gonna carry some shield with me, bro. Why not? Why not, doubles? Why not? Ooh, shield, why not? Yummy. Why not, doubles? Why not? Oh my. Oh my. I feel snazzy, bro. Alright, we're letting these stonks cook a little bit. It is still early for power hour. You know what I'm saying, doubles? It's still early. It's still early, doubles. It's still early. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gracious. Holy. Oh, there's a plane coming in. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Woo! Bye-bye. Bye-bye. I think I'm gonna chase this guy. Why not? I think I can blow him out of the water. Where you at, fella? Here we go. Now, fella. Where you at, buddy? What happened? You left? He left. Aww. I like me a good gunfight. Come on now. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Doubles. He left on me. The fella left, Doubles. He did. I tell you. I tells you. Oh, well. There's people below. Yummy! I like when there's people below. Yummy! Oh my! They're shooting at me, Doubles. Let's get that share party. Let's get to 200. AEHL 76%. Come on, fellas. Where y'all at? Where you at? Oh, I see you. Alright, where they at, Doubles? Where they at? Where's the beef, Doubles? Where's the beef? Where's the beef, fellas? Wow, somebody's flying nearby, Doubles. Oh my gracious. My gracious, bro. Oh my gracious, bro. Alright, we got somebody tailing us, Doubles. We got a tail on us. Double trouble, bro. We got a tail on us, bro. What? What do you want? What do you want? Where are you critter? Why you keep hiding, bro? Why you keep hiding, bro? Where are these guys, bro? I don't see them, bro. This is annoying. You know what? I'm gonna get myself some stuff over here. Why not? Why not? Oh, right there, bro. Oh my, bro. You ready, Nick? You ready, doubles? Let's get this going. Let's get this party started right. Doubles. Let's get this party started, bruh. Let's get it. Go. I'm going to leave over here, bro, because... Oh, look at this guy. I see him. I saw him, bro. I'm going to go over here, bro. I'm just going to go over here. There's too much going on, bro. Too much noise, bro. Too much noise, bro. Too much noise over here. Over there. You know what I'm saying, doubles? Ooh, is that an RPG, bro? Is that an RPG? Doubles, is that an RPG? No. No, 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 no. It is not an RPG. Alright, let's go in a little bit. Let's go in a little bit. Right over here, I said. Oh, we got an enemy here, doubles. Alright, doubles. Somebody above me. I feel like I should take them on out, you know? Alright, guys above me. There's 5 fellers. One of them's above me. I'm the other one. So there's 3 enemies somewhere. Let's get a share party. AEHL moving up 83%. Let's put that on this chart over here. AEHL. I don't think that guy's gonna attack just now. It just broke the VWAP. Alright. I need you to move, bruh. I don't think he's going to, though. Ooh. That critter. Alright. Doubles, man. Oh, man. Man, what happened over there? Anyway, my humbug. All right, so we're looking at AEHL. It broke VWAP. Let's go and take a look and see what's going on over here, right? So this has been a pretty choppy stock, but it is up 86%. Let's take a look at it. We're looking at the scanner first. On the left-hand side, you could see AEHL is a 3 million float stock. So you would say, okay, it's a low float stock. It should be very parabolic. It should move pretty well, no problems, blah, 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 blah. But it's very thickly traded on both the buyer and seller side. So even though there's been 92 million shares of 42 million shares of volume, it's been a very choppy stock, and you could see that because there's a heck of a lot of consolidation. So you see that consolidation over here as well. Looks like it's in a halt. It just broke the VWAP. Okay, so let's go ahead and get some drawings done. First of all, first things first, it basically broke out. Let's change that to yellow because we got to do that every single time. All right, it just broke out of a descending wedge bull, or actually a pennant. It broke out of a pennant right over here, right? So it needs to now hold above the volume weighted average. Let's go ahead and get the graffiti pencil activated so we can delineate exactly where that is. It's right over here, right there, doubles, right there at the mark over here of $2.70 is where the volume weighted average is, and it just broke above that. The volume weighted average, VWAP, is a dividing line between a bullish and a bearish setup. In and of itself, it's not enough, but it can give you a rough idea if there's a volume commitment on the part of buyers. And right now, it broke through, but it looks like it's in a halt, which suggests that it's going to basically be dampened for a period of time until the volume starts coming in when it resumes trading. All right, so we're looking at it on the 1 minute chart, and we can see that Brittany wants us to check out PFSA. Okay, we'll check it out right after this stock right here. So what we got right now is it has to stay above the volume weighted average of $2.07. It's a choppy play, but it is up 84, 85, 86%, and it is breaking out of a pennant. Let's put it on the 5 minute chart, and let's get the ticker for Brittany, which is PFSA. Let's take a look at PFSA, and let's check out what's going on with it. Doubles, can you take a look at PFSA? Let's see if there's any news on PFSA. It is an 81 million float stock, so the float is very, very high. Okay, but it's a 12, 13 cent stock, so we can get a little bit away with that. And it has almost 10x the volume, almost 800 million shares trading hands. So it's a super volatile stock because it's super cheap. It has a lot of shares, but it also has 10x the volume. So the volume rotation is very high, even though the float is very high and the price is low. So when the price is low, I tend to be a little bit more lenient with the higher float, if you will. Now, let's see if there's any news on this particular ticker. I don't see anything recently. Wait a minute. Right here. What date is that? It's today. Oh, today. Okay, here's why Profusa stock rocketed today. Profusa stock took off after the company revealed changes to the convertible notes. Okay, so let me explain what that is. So basically, these penny stocks, these micro cap and small cap stocks are high risk stocks, generally speaking. So they can't just go to your average bank and ask for loans. So what they do instead is they go to special lenders, subscription lenders, who give what are called convertible loans. What does that mean? That means that they get a certain amount of money and they can pay back the loan one of two ways. They can either pay back the loan with money, right? But if they're in a tight cash situation, which most of these companies are, the alternative is they can issue shares of stocks as collateral that can then be converted into payment when the loan becomes due, right? So let me give you an example. Let's say the stock is trading at $1 a share, right? What will end up happening is, in order to induce the subscription lenders to actually give a loan, they'll give shares that are restricted to that lender as collateral, and if they can't pay the loan, those shares will basically be used to pay the loan off. Now, as an inducement for the lender to do the loan, they're not going to want the shares at a dollar a clip, right? They're not going to want that. What they're going to want is they're going to want to have a situation where they get a discount on it. So if the market value of the shares is $1 a share, they may turn around and tell the company, hey, company, give me the shares at 10 cents a share, because there's no guarantee that 6 months from now when the loan's due that you're still going to be trading at $1 a share, and I need to be sure that the shares are going to be worth more than what your stock is worth, right? At the time that I'm due to get paid, right? So they then turn around and issue the equivalent of X amount of shares discounted at, let's say 10 cents a share, 5 cents a share. So in other words, instead of it being the $1 a share, which is the going price, it's at 5 or 10 cents a share. Okay. So what they apparently did, this company, is apparently they renegotiated their convertible notes for these type of loans with the lender and cut a deal. And that is basically the catalyst for why the stock moved as much as it did. Now, that being said, the stock is under 20 cents, so it's going to be super volatile and super risky, and the type of stock that, unless you're a seasoned trader, it can trap you. So you got to be real careful. So let's take a look at this stock and see what's going on with it. You could see that it's heavily traded by looking at the relative strength index, the RSI. When you see thickness like this, and choppiness like this, that means that there's a battle going on between longs and shorts. And it makes sense that shorts would be attracted to a stock like this because news just came out, and obviously that's going to push the price up. But at the end of the day, the stock is still a stock that's worth less than 20 cents, which gives the indication that if we go and take a look at the financials, the stock is probably not in the best of shape, right? So that would attract shorts to potentially short this type of a stock, possibly. Okay, so it's heavily traded on both sides. Okay, so let's take a look at the actual chart. What we have here is an irregular double top. You got a top here and another top right next to it. Okay, the tops don't have to necessarily be at the same level, right? So this is an irregular top, but it's still a valid top. And how do we translate this? Let's share this up because this is some pretty cool stuff. Let's share the stream up because we're going to go over PFSA pretty deep for you, Brittany. Okay, so how do we interpret this? There's excitement right around here. Now, this is probably around the time that the news dropped, right? Or somebody, as an insider, knew that the news was going to drop about renegotiating the convertible loan. Price action goes up, all right? Then the next candle is a top tail, which starts to indicate that the buyers are feeling uncomfortable at this level and are not continuing to push the price up. It keeps trying, and then it fades and it goes below VWAP. It holds a level, so there's still a degree of interest, and buyers step in again to try to push it above the VWAP. It goes above the VWAP, but it rejects just above the previous level and comes right back down. And when you have a double top, whether it's irregular or a regular double top, you have that flush, which is what you have over here. Now, that's your double top. Let's get rid of this because this is old news. What we have now is a situation where the price action is trying to break back up, but now you're below VWAP. Let's get the VWAP delineated with a graffiti pencil. Let's share this up. Let's get the 300. Let's get to 300, baby. All right, so this level right here, 14 cents, is your volume weighted average. Anything below the volume weighted average, generally speaking, perceived to be bearish. Anything above it, generally perceived to be bullish. The price action's below that. What we have now after this double top tanks the price is we turn around and we see the potential of this downtrend being broken. So what we have is what looks to be a descending wedge, which is a pattern that suggests a potential reversal. And what we're hoping for is that the price action is going to continue to move upward. Now, there's a couple of caveats to that. Number one, it's 2:05 in the afternoon, right? It's nowhere near power hour yet, right? So there's a lack of volume in the overall market. And volume is the ally of anybody going long, right? If you're going long, you want volume, okay? This is a time and day where there's just not that much volume. So the fact that it broke out from this descending wedge, that's a good thing, but you could see that the 9 EMA is continuing to break down and curl below this breakout point. Let's get this line out of the way so you can see it. And you could see, if I zoom in, that the 9 EMA is not curling in an upward direction, which is what we want. We want the price action to curl upward and break through the VWAP, but it's happening during a very thin time of the day. Look at how these volume candles dropped, right? Here's the most busiest time of the day, 9:30 in the morning when the market first opens and all retail investors come in. Right? And then what happens is as we go later on into the day, 10:30, you could see that the candles start to subside. 12 o'clock, they subside significantly. Some people tried to come in, push the price up, but it's still going downward. And we still have a good solid 53 minutes before power hour starts. And we can see that the 9 EMA is not committing to this reversal pattern just yet. So what we need to see happen is it needs to hold the level and start moving upward towards the volume weighted average, which is 14 cents. And then if it can break through with volume, then maybe we could see some higher highs. But keep in mind that that 14-cent mark is where this previous head is, right? And that signifies that this is a very significant resistance point. And if it can break it and hold it, it will then become a significant support area. It failed over here and it failed over here. What we don't want is another failure over here, which would create a triple top or a head and shoulders bear pattern. All right, so that's what we're seeing right now. Let's give it a Fibonacci retracement so we can see some of the key levels of support and resistance. And here we go, right? And as we do it, we can see that a key level, even on the Fibonacci, is that 14-cent mark. So that 14-cent mark is going to be potentially a battlefield for the stock. We could see that the relative strength index is neutral. So at this point, there's no significant pull by the buyers or the sellers. Again, makes sense. It's still a good 50 minutes plus before power hour. But here are your key levels of support right over here, 12 cents, okay? 13 cents, obviously, which is the 9 EMA. 14 cents is resistance. 16 cents, 15, 16 cents is the next resistance, and so on and so forth. And we'll check it out periodically to take a look at this particular ticker, but it needs more volume to push it up. Even though it has 10x the volume, most of that volume happened here. Okay, so that's the story with PFSA. I hope it answered some of your questions, Brittany. All right, let's take a look at EKSO. EKSO, let's take a look at it. All right, so this stock is a leading gainer. It is the leading gainer. It's currently up 101%, but it's forming a bit of a bearish pattern, even though it's still bullish. Let me explain what I'm talking about. So what's bullish about it? Number one, the 9 EMA is stacked, is above the VWAP, but it's not tightly stacked. Look at it over here. Look at where the 9 EMA is in contrast to the VWAP. They're very stacked, very close. And what ends up happening when this occurs is eventually, usually there's a breakout where the 9 EMA starts to push up. And that's exactly what happened. Now, as the 9 EMA pushes up and the VWAP doesn't keep up with it, there's a separation, a gap. And when that gap occurs, oftentimes than not, the 9 EMA will start to pull back down and the price action will pull back down. And what we want to make sure happens, if there is that pull down, I'm going to get the graffiti pencil activated. Don't make me do it, doubles, because I will. We want to see it stay above the VWAP where it is at $10.11. We want to see it stay above that because that signals that the price action is still bullish. Let's get a share party. Let's get to the first 420 for the memes. Let's share it up. We're going over EKSO right now. EKSO right now. It's got the 9 EMA still stacked above the VWAP, but it's pulling downward. So what we need to see happen is we need to see a breakout. So let's go ahead and look at it from a positive and from a potential negative. From a positive standpoint, it's still in a potential type of breakout type of situation. We could see that it has formed a bit of a descending wedge reversal. If I tighten it up a little, you could see that a little bit more, right? But if I loosen it up a little, it also has a head and shoulders pattern in here, which I'm not going to draw it, but this is a shoulder, here's a head, and here's the irregular shoulder. The good thing is it's consolidating, and it's consolidating during a low volume time of day. So hopefully as volume comes in, we'll see a breakout from this pennant and we'll see the price action move back up. But that being said, the stock has been running since this morning, so there's always the possibility of fatigue that could be spurred on if it has a shelf registration. And newsflash, a lot of stocks that are in the microcap, small cap world do have shelf registrations and can generate new shares, right? I'm not saying this company's going to do it. I'm just saying that a lot of them can do that, right? Now, the good news is the float is 3 million, which is very low, and the volume is 94 million. You could see it on our scanners, okay? The custom scanners that we're sharing from our Discord. If you want this type of content, join the Discord, okay? Because we are very educational. You get access to the scanners, you get access to the breakout scanners, you get access to the early watch lists, you get access to the news features so you can do research, and you get access to asking questions, because knowledge, baby, is power. The link's in the description for a 4-day trial. Check it out. $9.99. It's nothing. Go ahead and try it out and check it out, baby. Let's go. All right, so with this stock, potentially a descending wedge bull reversal, okay? But it needs to hold above the VWAP. If it doesn't hold above the VWAP, then we get into a bearish type of situation. RSI is indifferent at this point, obviously. Still a lot of time before power hour, 48 minutes before power hour, when volume starts to come in. Let's take a look at AEHL. AEHL, let's take a look at it. All right, so AEHL formed a pennant. It broke out above the volume weighted average, the VWAP, which is the green line, but it couldn't hold above that. So we need to redraw the line, and hopefully we will see a breakout from the bull pennant and a continuation upward. But right now, it's still in this pennant formation. Price action just dipped below the volume weighted average. That becomes significant resistance. It needs to start to generate volume to push it up. As I said earlier with this stock, it is very thickly traded. I could tell by how it's consolidated over here and how thick the line is and how choppy and center graded the line is on the RSI. So as you look in more and more charts and you look at more and more indicators, you get an eye for what you're seeing, right? All right, we got 439 folks. Let's get a share party. Let's get to 500, and we'll keep analyzing some more of these stocks. Let's go ahead and share it up. Let's get to 500, and we'll go on to the next ticker. And if you have any stocks that you want us to answer for you, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will check it out. Go ahead. Man, DBR Moms is incredible with the coffee doubles. She makes a fine cup of coffee, I do say. If I do say so. All right, let's take a look at AFJK. This is a more expensive stock, and this stock has moved quite a bit in the past several days. You could see it, but it's also dropped quite a bit. So it's not the type of stock that I particularly like, but it's moving. You can see the 90 MA is looking like it wants to cross underneath the volume weighted average, which would be an indication that it is going into a bearish pattern. The RSI is neutral. Again, it's way before power hour, so that makes a lot of sense. The stock is only a 3 million float stock, and it's moving on very light volume. So even though it's a low float stock, it's expensive, so it's not getting the volume love that a less expensive stock would get. It only has 505,000 shares exchanging hands. You could see it on the custom scanner that we're sharing from our Discord with you on the left side of the screen. Okay, it's currently up 55%, but it looks like it's formed a head and shoulders bear pattern. So if we go ahead, here's the head, and the shoulder would be right over here, and the other shoulder would be right over here. And what we're seeing that kind of confirms that, when we look, right, when we look at it, we can see that the 90 MA is curling downward, right? It started out nicely and tightly bound over here, started to expand and was bullish, and then reversed and pulled downward, right? So This looks like a bearish pattern. I need to see it stay above the volume weighted average. So let's go ahead and get a graffiti pencil out there and put the big green line where the VWAP is. The VWAP is at $65.39. We want to see the price stay above that, but it looks like it's going to dip below. If it goes below, it'll be a lot more bearish, more expensive stock, so not really feeling it too much. Alex said every time AFJK goes below 42, it's been a buy. I've doubled up 3x on it. Let's go. All right, there you have it, right? So 42, let's see why that is. Let's go ahead and give it a Fibonacci retracement. Why is that, right? So the way we do it is we're going to tighten up the price point, right? And we're going to go and give it a Fibonacci retracement and see if it conforms with a key level, which it probably does, and it probably conforms with exactly what you're saying. So let's go ahead and do that, right? And you said 42. Well, okay, right around the 30-ish, right? Okay, here we go, right there, boom, right there, key level of support right there, right? So I would say in that 42 to 36 range is where it kind of congregates and bounces back up. But it's moving on light volume, so sudden flushes can certainly be a possibility, right? So that's always my concern with these more expensive stocks, but it's a low floater. It's a low floater. 3 million is a very low float. And if it gets volume, I mean, you just never know. We need to see a break of this downtrend, though. That needs to happen, right? This downtrend needs to break, all right? Because it is in a bearish pattern. Brittany said, how about CDU? Let's take a look at CDU. CDU is a heavier floated stock. Let's take a look at it. I think it's a space stock, right? Yeah. So look up CDU because I want to get the exact specifics on the float and volume. Look on our scanners for that. Go ahead. All right, so what do we got there? We got a float of 54 million, so it's a heavier floated stock, and the current volume today is 71 million. So you have almost a 1-to-1 ratio of volume to float. So there's not a lot of volume pushing this along. There was some news on this like a day or two ago. Let's see if I'm remembering correctly. Tuesday, December 30th, there was news that came out to what's going on with CDU. Let's see. After the market closed on Monday, CDU Space announced the closing of a previously disclosed best efforts public offering of 10.8 million shares of Class A common stock priced at $1.50 per share, generating gross proceeds of approximately $16.2 million. So they did a public offering and got money at $1.60 a share. So that's important because that's what the offering was, and the price action right now is above that. So there's that concern. So let's go ahead and give this one a Fibonacci retracement so that we can see where the key levels of support and resistance are with this particular ticker as well. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get the Fibonacci retracement out, and let's go ahead and put that right there. And we can see that the Fibonacci's are showing, come on, click in there. There we go. Click, there we go. All right. It's showing that there's significant resistance at $3.04, support at $2.47 and around 170-ish, which is where, you know, they did that public offering at about $1.60. So that would make sense that that would be a key support resistance area as well. Price action is below the volume weighted average. So if we pull it up like this, you can see that the VWAP is here and the 9 EMA and the price is below that. So it's going to need volume. You could see that because it's a heavier floated stock and very little volume in relation to the float, you could see that it's a big tug of war and a lot of centralized movement on the RSI between buyers and sellers. So this needs volume to move up, and it's going to need considerable volume to move up to get the price action above the volume weighted average. The volume weighted average is right now is at around $2.85, and it is resistance. If it can break that, then obviously the psychological $3 level would be another level of resistance, and then the next one would be around $3.50. Alex said SOPA is testing a price spike. Let's check it out. Alex, let's check it out. SOPA. SOPA. Can you pull SOPA up for me? SOPA. 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 All right, so the story with SOPA, it's currently up 22%. 22%. Does it have news for today? Let's see. It looks like it does have news today. What was it? It did a public offering of 1.5 million common shares at $2. So similar type of situation on SOPA with CDU, right? It also did a public offering, and the price action moved up. The number was at $2, and now the price action is way up at 3.6, and it's making a spike action. And if we open it up, you can see that this could potentially be a double bottom pattern on the 5-minute chart. If we go to a 1-minute chart, we could see it a little bit more specifically, right? You can see where it has tried to break VWAP, failed, tried to break VWAP, failed, and now it's trying to break VWAP again. The difference is it doesn't look like it's spiking up and failing this time. It looks like it's kind of trying to drift upward, and you could see that with the RSI. But the same thing with CDU. This is a thickly traded stock. Let's take a look at the float and the volume on SOPA. Let's take a look at it. Overview. Yeah. All right. Scroll down. There we go. All right. So the float on it is 100 and no, sorry. Float is 5.7 million, and the session volume is 33 million. So there's been generally more volume over float, which is a good sign. Okay, and it is a low float stock, but it's clearly being traded by both buyers and sellers, and it's clearly being traded by bears and bulls, right? So that gives you an indication of why there's a lot of these wicks both on the top and the bottom. So this appears to be a double bottom. The RSI is signifying that it's pushing up towards a bullish type of pattern, but when we look at the volume candles, we could see that there's a lack of commitment just yet. And again, there's still 38 minutes before power hour, right? So that's part of the issue. If you don't have the power hour, oh, that was you that came in? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'll add you. I'll definitely add you. I got to figure out how to do that because I haven't added anybody in a hot minute. But I will check it out. What? Tell me what your handle is. I'll add you. 100%. So anyway, what we have here is a double bottom, but a lack of volume conviction at this moment. Okay, that's why you have a lot of these top tails. RSI is signifying that it's pushing upward, but the volume candles aren't showing that. So what we want to see happen is we want to see the 9 EMA start to settle above the VWAP and hold. We don't want it to dip back down like it did before. And chances are good that it's going to give a shot and hold because we're getting closer to power hour. We'll see. Let's give it a Fibonacci retracement so we have some key levels of support and resistance. Let's go and do that. And we can see that there's support right at around $3.30, resistance at $3.80, and also support on the 9 EMA at around $3.50, right? So that's what the story is with SOPA. So we'll see what happens with that one. Let's go and take a look at MENS. MENS is more of a meme style type of stock. It's currently up 41%. It too is a heavier floated stock with 43 million shares of float and only 2 million shares of volume. So the volume to float ratio is very, very low. But that being said, it's currently up 42%. I don't see much going on with it, even though the RSI tried to drift upward. It really needs volume to be a much more secure type of trade for me. Not my cup of tea. That was you, Satin Slave. I saw that. I saw that. Doubles. How do I add Satin? She was over here.
The little person icon with the 90. Right?
This one?
So.
Okay, let me see. Satan. Right, is that how I do it? Did I spell it wrong? Hold on. Wait. Let me look at it. Satan Slave. Actually, you know what? I'll add her. How about that? Right? This should let me be able to add her, right? No. Maybe over here somewhere. I haven't done this in a hot minute, so I'll try to figure it out. I will try to figure it out. All right, let me keep going with the show, and you know what? Can you set request and then re-request so I could see it, and I'll just add you? Yeah, go ahead and unrequest and request again, and that way I'll see the notification and I'll just add you. All right. So anyway, with MENS low volume, okay, it's basically breaking this downtrend right here, right? So it had a downtrend, it's breaking it. Now it needs to stay above this downtrend right here, okay? And keep moving up. Volume would help, right? Not my cup of tea. Jiang Biotech Ltd. That's men's. FLYE ran early in the morning in pre-market. So FLYE, let's take a look at it. And not really that attractive at this point. And then ONTF is the last one on the list. Let's take a look at it. And this looks like it's some kind of a merger or something along those lines, or an acquisition. That's exactly what it is. So it's just flatlining at the $8 mark. All right. So Brittany said, don't ask. It's an old email. I won't ask. I won't ask. All right. All righty. So, anywho, let's go ahead and jump into another match. Let some of these stonks cook a little bit. Let me go back to some of the bigger movers. So, EKSO. All right, so this one is in that pennant formation. We want to see it break out of that. So this is definitely one that we're going to keep an eye on. AEHL has run in the past. It tends to be a very choppy stock. It's in a bull pennant. It's slightly above VWAP, so it's a second leading gainer. We're going to keep an eye on it. AFJK, I'm not going to really watch because it's almost $70. MENS, not my cup of tea. DAIC, I'm going to take a look at. I traded this earlier in the morning and made money with it, but right now it doesn't look particularly schmexy. It looks like it's formed a head, a shoulder, and we can see that the 9 EMA is breaking downward, which is indicative of a bearish pattern. So if we go ahead and do this, we could see that the price action is dipping. It's dipping. It's dipping. No bueno, no bueno, no bueno. CETX fell apart earlier this morning after running, and it was a slow mover, but now it's trying to form this cup and handle. Now, when I see a lot of 5-minute candles dropping like this, it gives me a pause because it says to me, hey, something is not copacetic with it, especially if it's a 7 million float stock and it has 87 million in shares. It suggests to me that maybe there's an open shelf registration, and as the price action moves up, they're selling shares on that. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. So this one is not for me. Let's go back to EKSO, the leading gainer. And it does have that descending wedge, and hopefully it will stay above the VWAP. So far it is, which is good. I would like to see the VWAP start to break upward with the 9 EMA. I'd like to see the RSI move upward and obviously more candles, but we still have 32 minutes before power hours. So there's still plenty of time for more volume to come in. This particular stock is trading higher because the company disclosed a non-binding term sheet with Applied Digital Corporation for a proposed business combination. So there you have it. There you have it. All right, let's go and get a dub for the community. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Let's share this up. We're at over 800 people. Let's get 900. I know it's the holidays, but I'm so used now. I'm spoiled, right? I'm used to like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people. But now it's the holidays, so people got partying on their mind, which is fine. It's fine. It's fine. But we got 800 dedicated folks that want to get educated and want to have some fun. So I'm good with that. Let's get a share party going on. Let's get the share party going on. Let's get to 900. 900 doubles, 900. Ooh, purple. Ooh. Ooh. I tell you, that pump hits hard from far. Ooh, 210, you'd be dead. You be dead, fool. What? Ah, you didn't know I had another AR, huh, fella? You didn't know, right? You didn't know, right? Come back, bro. Right, Doubles? What do you think? All right, let's go get a dub. Let's try to get a dub. Man, I'm getting tired of not getting the dub, bro. I'm choking in these box fights. What's up, bro? What's up? Come on now. All right, let's get this done. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, AEHL moving up 86%. 86%. CETX a little untrustworthy. Sub VWAP trying to form a cup and handle, but flushed pretty hard earlier in the day. Up 42%. ONTF up 37%, and DAIC, which was an earlier runner, moving back up 36%. It won't let me re-add you. All right. Okay. All right. That's bizarre. Okay. All right. We will try to figure it out, Brittany. We'll get you in for some games. If not today, maybe tomorrow. Because we're going to do the show tomorrow, right, Doubles? Yeah, right? Because it's a full day tomorrow. Even though it's New Year's Eve, it's still a full day. If we don't get you today, we'll get you tomorrow. No problem. No problem. That'll be fun. Do a little videos or something like that. I got to get a better weapon than this, though, bro. I got to get me a better weapon than this. I got to. Can't run around with a scoped weapon. Look at that, man. I got me a bump. Doubles. A bumper. A bumper. When you press the start button, the one with 3 lines, you go over 3 times with RB. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll check it out after this match. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, what are we doing here? Anybody land here? What's going on? I don't see nobody. Oh, somebody was over there. Look, somebody was over there, right? Get out of town, fella. There's somebody else here. It's a terrible day to be an enemy of mine, I tell you.
Terrible day to be an
Enemy,
enemy.
enemy, enemy.
Enemy.
Oh, my gracious.
Oh my gracious.
Where you at, fella? Where you at, fella? Alright. Ooh, there's a plane flying nearby. Oh, that fella right there. I don't think that was the guy, though. How about that? I think the guy's still here. Right? I think the guy's still here, Doubles. Now, that guy kind of interrupted my flow. I was trying to check out what goodies I had over here. Nothing really. Nothing, honey. Nothing, honey. Brittany, how long you been playing? I started in season... What was it? Season 7, Chapter 1? Yeah. Man, I wish I had a better AR, bro. I got a great shotgun. Not such a great AR, though. Ooh, a trap. Yeah, man. Ooh, okay, that's better. There's better. That's better. Where's the storm? Not yet. I got a little time. It's gonna be my last hurrah over here, doubles. Ooh, 2 traps. Yummy. I feel like I should take it, doubles. What do you think, bruh? I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it, bro. You've been playing for 3 years? Do you like build or no build? What's your preference? And do you play regular Fortnite or do you play OG? I think there's a lot of people that play Fortnite that also trade stocks, you know?
Yeah,
I believe that.
They have the stonks guy.
They do have the stonks guy in Fortnite. They sure do. They sure do. Sure do. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. No, 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 no. There we go. There we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I say we go this way, bruh. We'll go this way, bruh. I've been addicted, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've been addicted to this game. I am a little addicted to it, right? A little bit, right, doubles?
A little bit.
A little bit. You know, it calms me down, doubles.
I don't know about all that.
All right, shut up, doubles. Shut up, okay? Stop talking nonsense, fella. Well, it's such a calming game, bro. I mean, it's just a battle royale, right? Where you got 99 enemies. Enemy. Oh, my. Anybody here for me to partake in? I got messaged by Epic Game a while ago asking if I was interested in joining their team. Wow, no kidding. So you're a demon, huh? You play both. Let's go. So do you play tournaments as well? I don't want that. Ooh, I do want that, though. Alright. I know people are going to say, why am I doing this? But I like mobility, bro. I like mobility. More than I like the P90. I love the P90, but I like mobility better. Oh, why is my game lagging? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop the lag. Stop the lag, I tell you. Wow, so they asked you to play for them. Holy Toledo. That's terrific. What do you prefer? Do you prefer no build or build? I hear some shooting over here. Right there. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Ooh, poor fella! Poor guy. You were scared to join? Nah, just do it. Just do it. We play tournaments all the time, you know. We're not that good, you know, but we're not that bad either, you know. We're all right. Nothing to fear except fear itself, you know. If they asked you to play, then obviously you must be pretty darn good, I would think. I wish I could get myself a half pot. Let's go. All right. EKSO trying to break out of that pennant. Still fighting. Still struggling. RSI is still indifferent. So, see what happens. See what happens. Let's see if there's a half pot right here. Usually there's like 3 chests over here. I love coming here because there's usually 3 chests. Doesn't look like it's been hit. So we're gonna go ahead and do it. You've been playing a lot of Zero build lately, okay. And Ballistic, I think I played Ballistic once, I don't really remember it. I think it's a much more fast-paced game, right? that. I know people are gonna say, why am I not taking the heavy rifle, heavy sniper? Because I'll tell you why. It's a one-shot type of thing, and I'd rather use the scoped AR because I can keep on tagging people, and I don't have to have one-shot accuracy. Why make it difficult? And it's a one-use thing. Oh, somebody's here. Somebody wants to play. Somebody wants to play. Let's see. You want to play with the coach? All right. I'll come back for you. It's always funny how they show up behind you. They sneak up slowly. They turn. Inch by inch. Step by step. Where are you, bruh? Where you hiding at, bruh? Where you hiding at, bruh? Yeah, see, they hide, bruh. You don't want no heat, right? Yeah, okay. I got you, fella. You're over here somewhere. Oh, there you go. Well, at least you showed yourself for a change. Where you at, fella? Now you're gonna lose, bro. Okay. All right, time to go. These clowns wanna mess around, and I'm not having none of that. I'm not having none of that. I'm not having none, I tell ya. How do you feel about that, bruh? How do you feel about that, bruh? Come here, bruh. What happened, bruh? What happened, bruh? What happened to you? What happened, bruh? That's what I thought. Let's get that share party. Let's share it up. Where you at, fella? You coming back? You want some more? You do want some more. Okay, bet. Time to get out of here, bro. Let them fight each other. Let them fight each other. Man, too many planes, bro. Where you at, fella? You know what? Let's get out of here. Let's get out. Let's get over here, bro. Let's get over here. Let's get some mats. Let's move in. We got the Riftosaurus Rex over here. Here we go. Is this plane still alive? Bye. See you later. See you later, alligator. Bye bye. See you later. See you later. Oh, that was my trap. Oh, good. I like that. Holy moly! I don't have any more mats, bro. I don't have no more mats, bro. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, jerky. Jerky, turkey. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, jerky, turkey. Bye-bye, jerky, turkey. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, you're trying to snipe me out of the air, are you? Okay. 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 All right. See you later, fella. See you later, fella. Campfire. Oh, my. Bye-bye. 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 Oh, dude, he got me.
The rocket launcher.
He got me, bro.
You built all that. You went bing.
He went right through it, right?
No, he went right below the build.
Oh, man. That sucks. All right. Okay. All right already. All right. We got 8 minutes for Power Hour. Try to get a dub. It didn't work. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stonks. We let them cook a little bit. First things first, I'm going to see if I can add Brittany. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this. So she said something about 3 dots or something like that. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Press the start button. Oh, she was talking about how to do it on control. We don't use control.
Oh, that right there. This, right?
No,
that's not it. Hold on. Ballistic. I played on. I got message 3 years now. When you press the start button, the one with 3 lines, you go over 3 times with RB. Well, I'm playing keyboard and mouse, so that doesn't.
That's probably the one with 90. 90.
That?
Yeah.
Okay, now what do I do? Now here? No. Here?
No. Scroll. I guess
right here, maybe? It's friend invites, right?
Friend invites, yeah. Friend invites. So you have to go into friend invites.
Okay.
Alright, you gotta scroll down.
Oh, I got a lot of them, right?
Oh my goodness.
Let me see if I can find her. I think, she should be in here.
What's her name?
Satan something or other. I mean, I'll know it once I see it. Let's try to find it. I don't see it yet. Wow. I really should go through this, shouldn't I?
Yeah, we should probably go through this. Don't worry, I have the same issue. So
oh my goodness, look at all this. Ah, there we go.
It's like all the way at the bottom. Okay.
Accept, there we go. I think I got you. There you go. I got you. Yep, I just got you. There you go. All right. All right, let's go take a look at the stonks. Let's take a look at the stonks. EKSO currently trying to still break out of that pennant. We have exactly 7 minutes before Power Hour. Okay. It is in a descending wedge formation. You can see that, and it's trying to break out. It has a 90 MA above the VWAP, so it is stacked in a bullish type of pattern, but what we don't have is a tight stack. In other words, the 90 MA and the VWAP are not close together, so it could potentially pull back down. Again, as long as it stays above the VWAP and eventually breaks out, that would be great. We don't have any. There you go. Yep, I got you. Told you I'd find you. All right, so as long as it stays above the 90 MA and we start to see some movement from the RSI pushing upward, that would be a good indication. We still have 6 minutes for it. EKSO, still the leading gainer at 102%. Let's go take a look at AEHL one more time. AEHL, Antelope Enterprises. It too is in a pennant formation, but again, this stock is trading much more thickly than EKSO. Both of them have run considerably today, so there's always that fatigue factor that we need to worry about. So we'll see what happens with this one. Let's take a look at the much more expensive stock, AFJK, which is a stock that Alex was checking out, and it actually broke out. Look at that. It broke out from that descending line with the head and shoulders pattern. It broke out and formed a bull pattern, which is a cup and handle breakout. So we have a cup and handle breakout. Next resistance level on this ticker would be at the $85 mark, but this is a resistance level over here as well, $82, because that's where the last full candle stopped as well. So we'll see what happens. Much more expensive stock. Let's take a look at men's, more of a memes type of stock. Men's, okay, it broke out from this downtrend right over here that we were looking at, and it continues to drift upward. It's currently up 43%. The stock has a 43 million float, and it's moving on 3 million volume, so very light volume. CETX, I'm not loving this stock because of how it fell apart earlier in the day, but we could see that it's trying to break VWAP again. It's currently up 41%. Let's take a look at ULY. ULY, it continues to drift upward, so that's a thing. And ONTF merger type of thing, right? So that's just flatline, no big deal. DAIC moved earlier in the morning. Let's see what it's doing. And it is still on that downtrend, has to break this downtrend. It's below VWAP. So, I don't know. FLYE ran earlier in the morning and then kind of faded below VWAP. Not really particularly schmexy. EKSO still looking not so bad. Let's go take a look at it. Let's see what it looks like. It's still trying to break out of that pennant. So I would say EKSO and AEHL are what I'm looking at unless something else pops up. And I'm feeling EKSO a little bit more, but I'm a little concerned because it still looks kind of extended and we still have time before power hour. So it could still conceivably pull back down. So that's a possibility. We don't have any conviction on the RSI just yet, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Those are the tickers. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money, at Coach Nick Money, and also follow us on X.com, aka Twitter, at Coach Nick Money. At Coach Nick Money. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads at Coach Nick Money, and we live stream on Twitch at Coach Nick Money. And we're also on TikTok at DBL Nicks, at DBL NICKS, and the screen name is Coach Nick Money. Make sure you set the notifications on for the YouTube channel at Coach Nick Money, especially since we have a morning show, 8:20 a.m. That morning show is strictly searching for parabolic plays, right? Searching for parabolic plays, and it's with my co-host of this show. He's the star of that show, DBL Nicks in the house, aka the Rainmaker, and his trusty sidekick, his ABCD parabolic search hound, if you will, the Serengeti specialist herself, the bushy-tailed Serengeti specialist herself, aka DBL Moms. Let's go. It's not a party without DBL Moms, right? So make sure you've got your notifications on. 8:20 in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, going into the open. So pre-market into the open. They're searching for all the parabolic runners right at before the bell and into the bell. So do that. And also, we invite you to join the Discord server and check it out with a 4-day trial for $9.99. The link's in the description and the pinned comment. You'll have access to all of our tools as well as a lot of support from us. So go ahead and click that link. Ladies and gentlemen, I call you the Indelible Tribe because I want you to leave your mark, and I want your mark to be unerasable, aka indelible. I want you to achieve your greatest goals and aspirations and dreams. I want you to be inspirational for others because you know what? It's more fun making money and having a good time with other people around. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for joining us and being a supportive part of our community. You make this all possible. Your shares, your likes, your comments helps us put more content out. I hope you learned something from the show and you got a couple of laughs from it. And have a great day and be greenable, folks. Have a good one. Peace out. Bye-bye.